Keep the channel open. Keep this channel uploading. Yeah. What do I want to say? When you wake up in the morning, what is your first moment of consciousness like? Do you wake up rip-roaring, ready to get out of bed? Excited for the day, excited for the most exciting life that you have in front of you today? Or do you wake up and instantly feel a pang of existential dread? Or somewhere in between. You know, everyone would love to wake up like the first one, but that does not often happen, does it? You know, recently for me, that has definitely not been how it's going. See, I'll wake up and I just immediately, upon my first moment of consciousness, feel this just pang of, I don't even know what feeling it is, just fear or doubt or something like that. And so this happened today, and you know, much like it's been happening for quite a while, you know, I'm not really happy with where I am in life right now, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. But I like to take all of my thoughts and feelings captive and really investigate them and listen to what messages they may be trying to bring to me. So I woke up, felt that pang of dread, noticed it, and I noticed it said, well, it didn't say, but you know what I mean. I just felt like I was in the wrong somehow. So I went and investigated this a little more. Okay, what am I in the wrong about? Well, you should have gotten up earlier. You have so much stuff to do today. Like, we need to get ahead in life. We're not where we want to be. And, you know, I realized that guilt is a big part of where that's coming from. My mind always guilts me for sleeping in. The mind guilts me for so many things. And it can't even take a break for 3 seconds to start the day. We're just right into it every day. Anyone else like that? So then, after noticing it and just holding it loosely in the palm of my hand, what is this thought? What do I feel guilty about? And is this thought true? Do I need to believe in it? Pretty quickly, you know, for me, this example of, oh, I need to wake up earlier, yeah, it's pretty quick to realize that the hour at which I wake up has no relation to my objective self-worth. Like, there's no correlation there whatsoever. So why is my mind so convinced? Why is it so insistent on feeling, you know, sending me this message of fear when I just take an extra hour to sleep in? Why is that? You know, it's a good process to go through. You feel this upsetting thought or emotion, and you just hold it. Hold it gently. Don't try and run it away. Don't try and meditate it away. Don't try and distract it away. Just hold it and listen to what it has to say. And when you realize, if and when you realize that this thought isn't actually true, the liberation that comes from realizing that truth is so potent and swift. See, when I realized that my wake-up time has nothing to do with my value as a soul, I was just back in that remembrance of, oh yeah, I'm just here. I'm just living this life. I'm here to have fun. I'm not here to rigidly abide to some routine or structure. there is some benefit to having those, of course, and I follow a lot of routines, but that's not all that life is, you know? Keep the channel open. Keep the channel open. I took this feeling of openness and spaciousness into my morning meditation and into my day, trying to cultivate it, to let this knowing permeate my day, permeate my awareness. I want to live from that place, not from the place of, oh, I woke up too late today, now I can't get anything done. There's, it's so silly, so silly. That's really the main thing I focus on in life right now, you know, leaning into those emotions, all this discomfort and upset, and kind of going into the process of moment by moment, trigger by trigger, rewiring my brain until I permanently abide in that true state of consciousness. The authenticity of just knowing that I don't need to do anything. I don't need to know anything. I don't need to be anything. I am already enough as I am in this moment. I am already complete. There's so much to talk about here in dealing with triggers and emotions like this. So many processes we can use to understand and integrate these feelings and to heal and grow. Surrender is a huge key that I've found, but surrender is actually only half of the equation here. I've also found that going directly into that feeling, listening to it as you would listen to, you know, a little 4-year-old child who's hurt and crying. If it was a little child feeling that emotion you're feeling, wouldn't you take care of it? So why not apply that same level of care to yourself? Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, surrender is only half the equation. It's one thing to surrender and find a certain degree of acceptance, but it's another to actually fully take that emotion, bring it into your heart, and learn from it, heal it, let it be part of yourself, let it be that messenger of beauty, of grace. You know, in the spiritual community, bypassing is absolutely rampant. And for those of you who don't know, bypassing is, I mean, it's kind of hard to define it. Let me just tell you how it works. So let's go with an extreme example. Say your mother just died. That's probably going to hurt, but at the same time, we know that all is one, and you can never be separate from your mother. Even though she's dead in the physical realm, she is still with you as much as ever, you know, more than ever, really. And, you know, clinging onto that truth while rejecting that emotion that you're feeling, that sadness, that pain, is a recipe for disaster. You can't just say, oh yeah, my mom died. I know this physical world isn't real though, so it doesn't affect me. Like, no, that's not how it works. Do you actually feel better? Maybe you'll feel better for a couple seconds, and then that emotion is gonna come rushing back in, pull you right back down. So clearly there's something else. And I really got well acquainted with a book called The Presence Process, which takes you into what I believe is the other half of the equation for freedom. And that component is unconditional felt perception. When that grief, the loss of a loved one, comes up, it's not enough to just realize that all is one and we're always going to be together forever and we're all going to make it and God has everything in the palm of his hand and Om Namah Shivaya. Like, it's not enough to have that. If you want to stop feeling that incredibly potent grief, you're going to have to face it. The only way is through. And really what that looks like a lot of times is sitting alone, allowing that thought or emotion to come up and just sitting with it and allowing it to express and move through your body however it wants to, whether it's crying, whether it's dancing, whether it's laying there for hours. There's no one right way for it to look, but the important part is that you feel it. You have to truly move into it. Imagine it's a little child inside of you and just go and give it a hug. You know, really, I think this is more important than realizing, absolute truth. The bypassing can take you, it takes you away from where the gold really is, which is in that pain, in that emotion. This is what alchemy is all about. It's about turning lead into gold. Lead, negative energy. Gold is positive energy. And that process of transmutation is grueling at times. If you really decide to go into this work, you're gonna get your ass kicked at one point or another. And you're just gonna be in a state of just confusion and doubt and a kind of malaise from all this negative energy that you're finally allowing yourself to feel. But that is such a beautiful thing. Because on the other side of that is the gold, is the freedom. So remember that equation. Surrender plus unconditional felt perception equals freedom. And that's what we all really want, isn't it? That is the way to live with a capital L. Yes. Yes. Keep the channel open. Keep the channel open. Let go of all that which you do not want and live as a wide open channel for the source of all things to live through you. That's it. Love you.